Hello everybody and welcome to Fruits Basket episode... What episode are we on? Episode 8. Season 2, episode 8 to be precise. Anime review. This episode, man, things... Akito, hate him. We're back on that, still hate Akito. Rin, I mean, I don't know what's going on there. I assume that's what we're going to find out. There's a lot of interesting puzzle pieces and everything. Kyo, what's going to happen with him? Please keep your cool, man. We'll find that out next week, obviously, I assume. Yeah, parts all around, moving parts, and it's all good. So yeah, let's get on with the episode and see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. We start off with Kagura and Rin, or Isuzu, talking. I'm going to be honest, for a brief moment, I almost thought it was a different character, despite knowing it wasn't. Because I was like, but her name's Rin, that doesn't make no sense. It's like a nickname, I guess. Her real name is Isuzu Soma. This we find out later on from Yuki. I'm still probably going to call her Rin. So there's that. I guess she's staying with Kagura and her family, it seems. But yeah, she says something to Kagura about pretend love. And I'm like, that's a bit harsh. She loves hugging Kyo. It's a bit mean there, oh Rin. But she leaves to go do whatever. We find out that whatever is actually go show up at the vacay house. And then Kagura hears from her mum that, hey, Shigure invited Akito to the place, and she gets all mad and breaks a door. Don't break doors. Doors are expensive, you know. Don't break them. Even one of them foldy slidey doory things, they're pretty cool. I'd love to have one of them. Although they seem pretty easy to break into, so maybe not. Anyway, back to the straight back to Yuki's resolution. His I don't know what you'd call it. The really good thing he did. After that, they all have pancakes and everything good. I don't really have much to add. They have pancakes, which is a good thing. Next day, everyone else has gone to Akito again. But Hattori came to say hello and check on them, basically. Kyo is also still with Tohru. She thinks, at this point, she's like, hey, everyone's getting worried, basically because we're being left behind and everything. That's why they keep checking on her. That's why they do, like, pancakes. They all do a lot for her and everything. In this situation, she's like, nah, I'm fine though. Kyo's here. He's good. And he is good. He's great. Akito. No, I've skipped a bit there. My apologies. Tohru invites Kyo to go play at the beach. Because he can't, we later find out, can't go in the ocean. Although I'm pretty sure he doesn't like the water. He can go in it, but he's not a fan. Because he's a cat. That just makes sense, obviously. Shigure asks Yuki what Akito said to him yesterday with this proper evil look on his face. Shigure, I don't trust you, man. And Yuki said, the truth. Is that good enough? And then he walks off. Shigure's like, no, it's not. I'm not satisfied at all. I have no idea what Shigure's... People have put, like, their, ideas in the comments, previous videos of mine. I'm really curious, man. I can't wait to see when it all plays out, because it's gonna all play out. When it does, it's gonna be a proper thing. I can just tell. Akito won't let Tohru. Nope, I'm sorry. Haru thinks it's weird that, what's the word he uses? Unnatural or something is the word he uses. That Akito won't let Kureno meet Tohru. Got a lot of names in there. And then Akito is more of a dick, and he's a dick to Haru, and he says, like, you're the ox, you're a laughing stock, you're a joke, and it's like, what the hell, Akito? Like, what the actual hell are you being mean to Haru for? Is that just what you're doing? You're inviting each of them into your room one by one, and you're just bullying them? I hope he gets his just desserts. I really do. I know we're not meant to like him, but I'm really struggling to figure out. No, we're not meant to like him. What am I saying? I don't like him, and that's the point. So it's good. Tohru and Kyo wasn't even close there. Tohru and Kyo build a sandcastle, or more like a sand mountain. Like this bit later on, Yuki shows up and says the same thing. It's like more of like how Yuki and Kyo are not so different, but at the same time, they're very different. Does that make sense? Probably not. The others eventually show up to come hang out with them. Yuki and Haru have a bit of a laugh because Yuki was checking on him. Yuki, this episode, after his little resolution, he's like a completely different person. Well, no, maybe not a completely different person. He's like Yuki 2.0. He's evolved, and it's nice to see the young boy has grown up a little, and he ain't gonna let himself be bossed around so much by that mean old Akito. He says sorry about worrying her the night before. Not sorry about the Kisu though, so who knows what's going on there? There's a thing going on there, and even Toru's noticed it. It's like, what the hell happened to him? He's all this confident, and he's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, Toru, I know, I agree. One day, he says, one day he'll tell her everything, basically, you know. One day we'll get there. It's going to be towards the end, I've got a feeling. Is the day it's going to come. Yuki tells Kyo not to lash out at Akito, but basically, because that will cause trouble for Toru. And then Kyo's like, who the hell do you think you are, man? And Yuki's like, I'm better than you, man. And it's like, there's some bro fighting going on there. It was weird, because I wasn't too sure if it was meant to be played for laughs, or meant to be played super serious. Maybe a bit of both, because the way they sort of reacted and everything, it was like, and Kyo had the big old, the vein thing going on in his head. So I was like, that looked like it's for laughs. But then with their voices and what they were saying, sounded really serious. So, I mean, that was kind of weird. I'm not too sure. Anyway, then at the end of this little section, first half, Akito, first off, asks Kurino, there's a lot of characters and a lot of pronunciation. I basically asks him, hey, do you want to meet Toru? And also, Rin arrives. So, there's that going on. It felt like something would happen at the end of an episode, but no, it's the end of this half. Which I guess makes sense, because I presume it's in the manga. It's probably the end of a chapter. That's some great, analysis by me. Right there. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's get on to the next bit. So the next morning, Akito and Kurino leave to go do something. They're going to see Toru, it would turn out. Akito, and they're on their walk, Akito is really mean to Toru. He keeps calling her ugly, and I don't appreciate that, Akito. You absolute massive dick. Not cool. Then it turns out, from his words here, my interpretation, or my, looking at it, the reason he's taking the zodiacs every day is so Toru will be left alone. And then Kurino, quite rightfully, is like, what about Kyo? And then he's like, Kyo's a monster, man. It's not going to be fun hanging out with him. Of course, Akito is a dick, so we can't take anything he says at face value. But no, just the fact that he's doing that, it's like, I'm going to take away all your friends for all the time just so you're left alone. To put it bluntly, not bluntly, very simply, he is a bad man, and I don't agree with him. I don't think he's a good person. I mean, that's the point. Hey, they're making better sandcastles today. Kyo and Toru. Ain't it cute, ain't it nice? Kyo's rosary that he's got around his bracelet, turns out that is made of human bone. And so, like, I guess there was a sacrifice to make the thing, which, keeps him intact and everything. So, but then we get Kyo. Kyo doesn't really agree with that, because he doesn't think, hey, shouldn't have to make another sacrifice for one existence. He doesn't agree with that. And fair enough, that's a alright point of view. I don't necessarily disagree with it, People should just be able to live without, bringing other people down, I guess? I'm not wording it very well. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, it shouldn't have to be a zero-sum game, where, it has to equal zero, so it's like you're positive and it has to equal someone's negative. I hope that makes sense. I think I'm explaining it alright. Not great, but alright at least. Then they have a moment. Toru holds his hand or his bracelet. It's basically his hand. It counts. I'm gonna put that down as it counts. And then their moment gets interrupted when a big old wave comes along. It turns out Akito is actually a waterbender. He is the last waterbender. Aang. He was an airbender. The joke still stands. It's not very good. It's just nature. Kyo shouts at the ocean and is going to fight it. Toru rightfully points out, you ain't going to win against the ocean. It's pretty big, the ocean. What is it, like 70% of the earth is ocean? Good luck, Kyo. I don't think you can fight 70% of the earth and win. Although stranger things have happened. Turns out, Akito and Kurino have been watching them this whole time, and he's like, that monster's the most delusional one. Damn mother killer. And I'm like, that's a bit harsh. That's a bit very harsh, Akito. Like, that's really harsh. If I remember right, his mum died at childbirth. That's very cruel and mean and not right. I mean, that's the thing. I was going to say that's the thing keeping me going. The thing keeping me going is it's a good show. But God, when we get to his comeuppance, however, whatever form it may take, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Also, Yuki followed Akito and Kurino. He just basically, I guess, to make sure they didn't do anything too bad, to keep an eye on Tohru. Because he says like, oh, it seems they're not going to do anything today, or something along those lines. But then, he also spots along the street, the road, it wasn't really a street, there was no buildings. The road, there's a person there. Who is that person? It's Rin, I presume. I didn't actually stop, but there was like a black dot, and I got bad eyes, so I was like, I assume that's Rin, and later on I guess we find out it is. But yeah, Yuki's like, the hell's she doing here? And what is she doing here indeed? Tohru's doing the laundry, she's hanging things up to dry, talking about quiet voices, which it's a good thing. It's like the quiet voice, it's not something everyone's allowed to hear. It's sort of like your deepest secrets, I would guess, or your deepest, things you'd only share with your very close friends, if that. But yeah, it's a good point, the things which she was saying. This is like, hey, I heard Yuki's, I sort of heard Kyo's. Look at it, eventually I'm going to hear them. And I've got my own too that I wouldn't let everyone hear. I get what they were saying. It was a good metaphor, I think. Then Tohru loses the sheet. It gets blown away in the wind, which, windy day. Can't help that. And it lands right next to a horse. It's a horse. Yuki shows up as well, and it's like, oh, it's Rin. Rin, of course, Isuzu Soma is her real name. Again, probably going to keep calling her Rin, because it's what I've been calling her. Is there a reason behind the nickname? Probably not. Most nicknames don't have very good reasons, if any reason at all. We had a friend called Tom at school. We called him Grease Lightning. I don't know how that started, but that's a thing. See, names don't necessarily have to make sense. Anyway, she takes a swipe at Tohru when Tohru says, I'm going to go get Hattori to help you because she's transformed, therefore she's sick. And she doesn't want anyone to come find her, basically. She takes a proper swipe at Tohru. In fact, if it weren't for Yuki's quick pull in, she would have not have a nose anymore, and that's not good, because Tohru has a nice nose. What am I saying? A nice nose? Noses can be nice. I take back my... I don't take back the comment. It was a good comment. Tohru has a nice nose. Put that on Twitter. I don't actually. I don't know. Anyway, Yuki basically asks, why are you here? Oh, Tohru leaves, by the way, to get her clothes because she's more concerned about her covering up. She transforms back at this point, not horse clothes. Although you can get horse clothes. Like in Oblivion, there was that like $12 horse armor that did nothing. Sort of like that. She's getting real, like human clothes. So there's that. Yuki asks why she's here. And then she gets all mad at him when he suggests that she's here to see someone. Yuki referring to Haru, because he's the only one that knows about that whole shebang. Meanwhile, she's probably going to try and get to Shigure at some point, based on, that stuff they were doing. Probably, we didn't see it because this would be a very different rated show. If we did see it, that'd be a completely different thing. Let's move on from that. Yeah, she's shocked. She says something to him like, "Oh, you're just Akito's toy, grr," to wind him up, basically. To get him to back down, I guess. But he just doesn't. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't back down. It's like, I'm so proud of you, Yuki. You've grown so much. Remember, I said last week. Remember, like episode 12 of the first season or whatever, when he was scared out of his boots by Akito, and now he's like, I'm not even gonna flinch. Growth. Love it, Yuki. You are. I didn't much care for Yuki before. I mean, he was alright. I didn't dislike him, but he wasn't one of my favourites. New Yuki, with his old confidence, and he's like going out his way to keep an eye on them and stuff. I like him. He's pretty cool. I like him a lot. Yeah, she leaves after that in a huff. Says basically, once again, don't tell no one. Yuki says, yeah, fine, won't tell anyone. Leave it to me, Tohru. I've got this. And Tohru says, I'll be waiting, and she looks all cute about it. So good job there, Tohru. And then Tohru later realizes, oh yeah, I've not met the rooster yet, but I've met all the others. What are the chances I meet absolutely all of them, basically? But no, she's got to meet the rooster. That's Kurino. So that's probably going to happen at some point in this beach arc, considering they're all there. Well, not all there, but he is there. Who's not there? Kagura? Who else isn't there? Yuki, Ayame? Is it Ayamu or Ayame? I think it's Ayame. That other one, the guy, the one, Anyway, I'm not going to keep count. That'd be too long. I'm pretty bad at this. Tohru really, yep, only meets her. And then Akito says to his compatriots, it's Shigure and Hattori, not really his compatriots. He says basically, hey, bring Kyo here tomorrow. And it's like, oh man, I wonder how that's going to go. Kyo's going to try and punch him. Hope not. Yuki told him not to. And you know, for this instance, listen to Yuki, Kyo. It's going to cause a lot of trouble if you don't. You calm down. Tohru likes you no matter what, okay? Maybe that's the thing that's going to tip him over. Like, he's going to be like, you're just a monster. And it's going to be like, yeah, she knows. She knows I'm a monster. And what? She's fine with it. She knows I'm a weird Charizard lizard gecko looking thing. And it's fine, you know? And that's, hopefully that's a thing that Akito doesn't quite get. He's like, I don't get it. Why is she okay with that? Because she's the best. That's why. Anyway, that was where this episode ended. Again, it was another good week. I feel like I say it every week because I do, because it's a really enjoyable show. And God, man, I said before in the first season, wasn't something I was especially excited or interested in when it got announced or any of that. Even when I started watching it, didn't take long for me to get pretty hooked though. And now we're here, and it's definitely a thing that I was really looking forward for the second season. And so far, it's been really good. The mysteries, the stuff that's happening, love it. It's great. Interested to see how they deal with how Yuki deals with Rin, him taking charge on this one, and then also what Kyo's going to be up to. Tohru seems to kind of been left to the wayside a little bit, but when you got a lot of interesting characters, that's fine if you don't so much focus on your one main as much. She's still got stuff going on as well. It's not like she's been completely forgotten, so it's fine with me, I think. So yeah. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.